our control at our end at the end of NRDC. We have postponed it. And again, we have rescheduled it for today. Well, a lot of effort has gone behind organizing this workshop for a period of 3-4 months. And much of this coordination has been handled by Professor M. Subramaniam from our GSIB. And of course, Mr. Shahu from NRDC and Mr. Bandari, they have supported, for organizing this workshop. Well, I would like to share with you that it is not for the first time that we are collaborating with the NRDC to organize a workshop like this to bring about awareness, in IPR amongst faculty and research scholars. Earlier, we have organized more than half a dozen awareness programs on IPR with support from NRDC and DRDO. I would like to place on record my sincere thanks to NRDC and DRDO for their continued support to organize awareness programs in IPR. Well, there is a great need for this workshop today. That's why I said it is timely. The need is, if you see the number of patents registered in India vis-a-vis the number of patents registered in China, the importance of the workshop and the need for it is very well understood. Let me quote the statistics. In 2011, India has granted patents 5,168. During the same period, China had granted patents 1,72,130. Well, this simple statistic, states the importance of this workshop, how far we are behind China. China is moving very fast and we are lagging behind China in many things, including patents. Well, let us look at our own patent evolution. In fact, there is an increase in the granting of patents in India from 2001 to 2012 and 13. Well, in 2001 and 2, 1,591 patents were granted in India. Well, the number increased to 16,061 in 2008 and 9, and it has gone down from there to 4,126. So you see the increase in the patents granted and then decline in the patents granted in India. Well, this is a very interesting case for research, why patents are on the decline, from 2002 to 2008-9 to what we are today. Well, in any country, patents drive the economy. Well, to substantiate my point, I would like to share with you a latest report from the Department of Commerce, US. In fact, the report clearly says that IP-intensive industry contributes $5 trillion and 40 million jobs to the US economy. It's 5 times the size of the current Indian economy and 40 times more jobs. So there is a correlation between patents and then economy. Well, country which is producing more patents, they are on the march to growth and they are providing more jobs. They will be on a growth trajectory. But those countries which are lagging behind, patent production, well, they are on the downside. So this is very clear from the latest report which has come from the Department of Commerce, US. Well, you see, I would like to share with you, in fact, the topic of the workshop is commercialization of technology and the role of IPR, intellectual property rights. Well, I cannot talk about it much better than bringing you the latest case from industry. I think you must have heard about the case of Xiaomi mobiles, a Chinese mobile company which has entered into the Indian market. They have retained a e-retailer to distribute their products in the Indian marketplace, and they have not given this privilege to any other retailers. Well, initially, they have imported 10,000 sets. Well, the demand is more than 10,000, therefore they have increased the import to 60,000 units. Well, again, it's not sufficient. They have increased it to 1 lakh units. Then came the anticlimax. You see, Ericsson has filed a IPR infringement case against the company, and it is in the court, and the court has put a ban on the sale of these smartphones in India. Believe me, this particular company has outsmarted Apple, Samsung, and other indigenous low-cost mobiles in the Indian marketplace. At such a point in time, abruptly it has come to a halt. Abruptly, in fact, they are visualizing a huge growth to the extent of 80%, more than 80%. Yes, but it has come suddenly to a halt because of one reason: they have not taken care of the idea. Yes, Ericsson has many issues against this particular company, and they have filed a case here. They have filed some cases even in China. So this explains the importance of IPR in commercialization of your products and services. If you don't take due care during the commercialization process, you see, whatever plans you have, ambitious plans you have in the marketplace, they're going to be halted. That shows the importance of IPR. So most companies, they invent a lot of products and services, but they put these these products and services before they're put in the marketplace. They subject those products and services to IPR. If that is not done, if that audit is not done, well, commercialization will come to a halt. The very purpose of designing a product or designing a service is not going to be achieved. So this case clearly shows the importance of IPR in the commercialization of in the commercialization of technology. So I'm sure that this workshop, which is conceptualized and which is being organized by people who know much about IPR, people who have come from NRDC, people who have come from DRDO, they know the processes. They will help you to, if you have an idea, they will help you to patent your idea. Quite often it is misunderstood that technology is always physical. No, technology not necessarily physical always. It's an idea. For instance, management is technology. The way you organize yourself in an industry, it's an idea. It's organization technology, is it? So if you have an idea, unique idea, and you can take it to the patent process, and you can patent it, and then that's not sufficient. You see, unless you take it to the marketplace, the patent has no value. In fact, I have come across an institute in Pune, Pharmaceutical Institute. They have more than 150 patents. But if you see, none of the patents are commercialized. See, you may have a wonderful portfolio of patents, but you see, if you don't commercialize, you are not giving value to your patent. That's the important of patents. For instance, you may ask one person why we should go for patenting. One reason is if you don't patent your idea, well, you are not unlocking value for your patent. That's one thing. And secondly, you can avoid the misuse of your idea by others in the marketplace. That's the most important thing. And also you are protecting the interest of the inventor of the idea. So these are very, very important, and you should keep this in mind. To create value, for yourself as an inventor and create value, for the society and for the economy, you need to take it to patent, and you should commercialize it. Commercialization of the patents is very, very important. Well, how to commercialize patents? There are various ways. They're very complex also, but I would like to simplify and put it in 3 different ways that patent can be commercialized. One is, it can be that they should publish more papers, or they'll perish. Therefore, they publish papers. But you see, they don't take it to the patent. But if universities insist that no, it's not patents, your patents are important for recognition and for your growth, then more patents will definitely be coming out of the universities. That's where the control system has to be, amended. Then, you see, the second way to commercialize patents is licensing. You can give license, and then that's one way of commercializing your patent. And third way is you develop and exploit that by starting a startup. In fact, most people, they take the third route, you see. Well, there are companies, which take the second route because they would like to give license and then make money. But most people, when they have, particularly the younger generation today, they take the third route. That is, they start a unit and they exploit their, develop and exploit their, invention. So these are the 3 ways to commercialize patents. But the most important thing is when you have an idea that you should take it to patent and then get your idea registered, protected, and then that's the step necessary but not sufficient, and then you have to take it to marketplace for commercialization. Okay, so it is the commercialization of patent to the Department of Commerce, US. It says very clearly that IPR intensive industries that contribute a lot to the economy, and they provide more jobs in the economy. So in view of that, I think this workshop is very useful, it's very timely. I'm sure that all of you will take full advantage of this workshop. But before I conclude, I would like to say a few words about GSIB, what we have done towards this end. Well, I think it should have been initiated by somebody from technology and sciences here at the university, that we felt that we being international business, we should create that IPR culture, you see, in the university. Because we are offering IPR as one of the courses in our 2 years program, intellectual property rights. And management of intellectual property right is one of the courses in management program. And therefore we felt, well, we may not be in science and technology, but we should create an IPR culture in the university. Thanks to NRDC, which has supported us, DRDO, which has supported us. And therefore we have started an IPR cell in the school, and that is coordinated by President Subramanian. And so far, more than 5 patents have been filed to our cell. And we have been supporting research scholars and faculty to patent their ideas. Earlier we have organized several awareness programs, and this is a sequel to that. But these are the efforts that we have done. As Sapna has pointed out, and Mr. Mandari has endorsed that, we have taken support from NRDC. In collaboration with NRDC, we have put in place an IPR policy for the university. We have prepared a policy document for the university, and we have got it approved in the Board of Management, and the policy document is available in the university. I'm sure that we will be getting a brief of that during the workshop, and in fact I have requested the Subramanian to circulate that to all the participants of this workshop. You see, the policy is very important. It is a policy which creates, culture in the university. And if you see the universities in other parts of the world, universities contribute a lot to the generation of patents. And they have their vested interest You see, they also get a lot of money out of these patents. And that is again plowed back to do research. Okay. So in view of all these advantages, I think IPR, commercialization of technology and IPR is very important in any economy, and more so in India at this point in time. Well, these are the things which I would like to share with you, and thank you. And I once again welcome all of you to this workshop. Thank you.